Hello, people. Welcome back to another video by your good friend, Chad Marco, the Big Anaki. Make sure you guys attack that like button and check out my other social media. And let's talk, man. So, you guys know I did the interview with the lovely Iris a while back. And I remember after I did the interview, there were comments. There were comments where people were talking about how we seemed we seemed like we had some good chemistry, and they thought that we look good together. And I saw some people on like R9K when I put the video out, they were saying the same thing, right? And and you know what? You know what's funny about it? I thought the same thing when I was talking to her. I was like, wait a minute, like they make girls like this? Like as we're talking, it was just like I was just really digging her personality and her energy, and I was seeing like the different similarities that we had. And it was the first time that I ever really felt like I was clicking with a girl like that. And so I expected the comments to be like that. Like I expected people to see that and be like, yo, you should ask her out. You should try to talk to her. And you know, my thing was, you know, I gotta be a professional. So you know, I didn't want to, you know, flirt with her or try to ask her out and, you know, get that reputation, because I'm trying to do interviews and stuff with girls and guys, and I don't want to be known for fraternizing with the guest. But yeah, I saw that too, of course, and I felt it. And you know, we've been kind of talking a little bit here and there, not much. And I kind of just said, you know what? I'm gonna ask her out. I'm gonna ask Iris out. And spoiler alert, she rejected me. But the thing is, again, you guys know me. I expect rejection. Like I didn't expect really anything but that. The main reason why I asked her out though was because I knew that moving forward, I wanted to collaborate with her again in the future. And like talk about like content creator stuff. But the thing is like, I feel like it's kind of difficult to deal with somebody that you're attracted to, somebody that you like, and you're holding on to those feelings. And I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and get it out the way. Let me go ahead and tell her now so that I can get rejected, and then we can just, you know, move forward and just be friends and shit. And it's kind of funny because you guys know in the Couldn't Say Hello song, right? Where in the beginning, there's like this little skit where I'm talking about maybe asking out a girl, and there's like the angel and demon voices, and the angel is encouraging me to ask her out, and the demon is like, no. That's not really true. Like really, like the demon discourages me. Like in real life, the demon is like, no, you're gonna get rejected. But the angel is like, yeah, you're gonna get rejected. You know, and so I kind of expected it, and so I wasn't really particularly bothered by it. I'm okay with it, and we kind of had a laugh about it. And I even asked her. I said, "Is it cool if I tell the guys that you rejected me because, you know, content?" But also, like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting her on blast. Like, we're cool, and you know, we're gonna talk in the future about maybe doing another collaboration or something. Hopefully I can get another interview by like the summer or something. So again, it's all good between us. But you know, there are just other aspects of this that I wanted to really talk about, because I think it's kind of meaningful. And so yeah, she rejected me, and it's all good. It's all good. We're cool. We're friends. It's all good. But I gotta say, the crazy thing about my encounter with Iris, and what was so significant about it, was that it was the first time I had ever encountered a girl and talked to a girl where I liked her, but my attraction towards her was beyond the physical. I really liked her because of her personality and her energy. And I never really experienced that before. But more than anything, like, I could actually see us together as a couple. Like, I could see how we would be compatible as a couple. And that's how I knew that you guys would see it, because I felt it while it was happening. So I was like, yo, again, they make girls like this. And because I'm so used to my environment where I'm always dealing with hood girls and hood rats and ratchet girls. And, you know, they can be very attractive physically, but they don't have that kind of energy. And it made me think back to all the girls throughout my life that I've ever been attracted to. I've been attracted to plenty of women and girls from school to my adult life. And there wasn't a single one of them that I had that kind of attraction to where I was like, oh, like, I actually like her personality and her energy, and I could see us being compatible. I never really experienced that before. And you guys remember, like, I did the video a while back, like the video about me getting choosing signals, right? And one thing I realized is that every time that I was in one of these situations where a girl might have liked me or I liked the girl, it was always, for me, a physical thing. Like, I found them physically attractive, but there wasn't really anything about their personality that stood out to me. It was really just more so like I was excited by the idea of being with them physically. I was excited about the sexual aspect of it. Whether they were choosing or not remains to be a mystery, you know, but even whether they were or not, or girls that paid me no mind, point is, every girl that I've met up until, the Iris interview, it was always a physical thing. Like, I remember the last girl was like this big titty cashier girl that would always talk to me about seeing me running. And what initially made me like her was when I saw her big ass titties. So I was like, oh, big titties, cool. But this was the first time where I felt attraction to somebody beyond that. And that was, very significant for me. But also compatibility. I'm at the point in my life, and I see this so often. I see this with other guys who are adult virgins, whether they're in their mid-20s, early 30s, like I am, and maybe some of you guys can even relate, but you get to a point where you can't even really see yourself in a relationship. It's hard to even imagine being in a relationship. It's hard to even imagine, doing all the normal girlfriend, boyfriend things. And that's where I am. And I've been like that for years, and like I said, anytime I see a girl that I'm attracted to, it's always a physical thing. Like, I immediately mentally jump to, okay, can I recreate all the nasty shit I've seen in porn with her? But this was the first time that I encountered a girl, and it wasn't like that. I could see myself being with her. I could see how we could fit together, like pieces to a puzzle. And that was the other significant thing about it. And I feel like, in a way, as much of a special experience this was for me, it kind of fucked me up too, because I don't know how I'm gonna go back to being able to settle for less than that. Less than it's not just a physical thing. It's because you guys know I always said, if a cute girl would just throw me some pussy, I'd take it. And that's how I always felt. But having this experience kind of gave me something to compare, or gave me something to compare my previous attractions to. And it made me realize just how, like, shallow my previous attractions were. And not only that, it highlights what I would call the masculinity of the women around me. like I said, hood rat, ratchet. Like, I'm so used to ghetto girls. Like, I've just accepted that as the reality of what girls are, and maybe not even necessarily ghetto. 'Cause I think even girls from the sub, like whatever, like it just seems like a lot of girls just have this underlying masculinity about them, despite being very physically attractive, and that's what I didn't sense from Iris. Iris very much just seemed like a lovely young lady, like just feminine and cute, like just a total just female, right? Without the masculine influences of whatever it is that makes modern women the way that they are. And I guess maybe I sound like I'm kind of simping out here, but I'm just being honest. And when I look at it as a whole, I feel like it's good and bad. Or maybe it's just good if you think about it. Because I think the good is that, it let me know that there are girls out there that, and maybe they don't feel the same way about me, but there are girls out there that I can see myself being with, that I can be attracted to beyond the physical. A girl that I can like her personality and her vibe and shit like that. And that I can see us being an item. And I never experienced that before. But I feel like the bad aspect of it is just that now, moving forward, if I do meet, cute girl throwing me some pussy, I feel like I'm gonna be looking for that extra, and depending on how you look at it, that might be a good thing. And really, now that I think about it, I don't think that that's necessarily bad. I just feel like it kind of makes I can't even say search because I'm not looking, but the prospects of me ever losing my virginity and getting into a relationship, I think it kind of makes it harder because, again, this was the first time I really realized and felt something beyond that. And even not just as far as like what I could enjoy from a girl like that, but also a sense of me wanting to step up and be a man for a woman, wanting to be a good boyfriend. Again, I never thought about shit like that. It was always cute girl throw me some pussy, I'll take. Right? And this is the first time where I really met somebody or talked to somebody where it was different, where it was like, oh, like I can like girls for more than how they look. They can have an attractive personality and energy about themselves. So just a interesting experience. But again, it's no hard feelings between us. Look, I am a veteran virgin. I'm a veteran single wizard virgin. So, when she rejected me, I felt nothing. I expect it. I know it's coming. I don't really care in that sense. Like, I've already resigned myself to dying alone. So I'm not really bothered by it in any significant way. So we're good. And I'm hoping that in the future we'll be able to collaborate and do some content together again. But I think that's also what's kind of interesting about it too. And I think this is the last point that I want to make, because I also realized something else. Before I actually asked Iris out, I was scared as fuck. I was scared. I was scared, bro. And but I realized something too about myself, because you guys know, like, when I was on the Pineapple Show and saying, oh, do you find me attractive and all that, like, that was easy because, like, I had, like, no level of investment or caring about those girls. But here was a girl that I actually liked. And, like, I was really, serious, right? And so I had that fear, like, that real life fear, like I would have if I was going to ask out a girl in real life. And so I'm sitting here and I'm scared. And I'm trying to figure out, like, why am I so fucking scared? And what I realized is that, and this goes back to my life in school, where I was the weird, smelly, ugly kid, and now I'm just weird and smelly, But I realized that my fear is that I feel like I'm offending girls when I project my sexuality onto them. I feel like I'm offending them or hurting them, and like I'm making them uncomfortable. And maybe I am, but that's what I realized in that moment when I was, when I went ahead and asked her, because I was sitting there with that fear and I was trying to process it to understand it. And I was like, that's what it is. Like, I have a fear of making girls uncomfortable by essentially projecting my sexuality onto them, by putting myself onto them. Not literally, but I'm saying, hey, I like you, I want you. And then I perceive that they're disgusted by me. And so when I do that, they feel disgusted, they feel uncomfortable. And I think that's where a lot of that fear comes from. It's not even the rejection. Like, again, I expect rejection. That was easy. But it was just making that move. That's what got me. That was scarier than anything. Like, once I got over that, I didn't care. Like, I was like, whatever she say, it is what it is. I'm fine. I got over the hardest part. But that's just something to think about, because I know a lot of guys struggle with asking girls out and putting themselves out there. And I've always tried to understand that fear. And I feel like with asking her out, I finally came to some sort of understanding of that fear, at least what it means to me. And I think it's a fear of making the girl uncomfortable. It's not a fear of rejection. I fear making the girl uncomfortable, because how they feel about it is based on them and their reaction to you. You can be as polite or kind as you want to about it, but if they see you and are like, ew, I think that's what I've always been afraid of the most. But yeah, that was my Iris rejection story. I hate to let you guys down. I know you guys love to ship us together. But it wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. But again, I welcome Iris on the show, on my platform, anytime. She is definitely an awesome girl. And make sure you guys treat her very well whenever she shows up. So I will see you guys on the next video. So, Johnny.